Now before we leave XSL transformations, I want to show you how we can create the same type format that we did back in the Cascading Style Sheets video. So if you go back and take a look there, if you remember, we took this same XML document and created these colored boxes that contained our data, and we're going to do the same thing with XSLT. Now what you're really going to see here is we're going to use XSLT to transform the data, and then we're going to put some inline cascading style sheets in our HTML that we generate. Well, notice the first thing that we're going to do in the body here, notice I've lost the table. I'm going to put, and you'll see some other functions and so forth here, XSL for each. And so we're saying for each tag, and we're going to say for each husband name tag that you find, then here's what we want you to do. Now notice this is kind of the magic right here, and I'm going to make this full screen so you can see it a little easier. We're going to put a div tag just like we would in our HTML, and we're going to set the style for this equal to, notice we'll say width 105 pixels, margin bottom, and you can, I'll refer you back to some of the Cascading Style Sheet videos to see that we had all these same settings in our Cascading Style Sheet. Set the color of the text to white, the background color, and this is going to be of our box, steel blue. Our text align will be center, and our border will be outset. Now close all that, and notice we just set a style, and we just put our Cascading Style Sheets in the style of this div tag. Now what we're going to do is we're going to direct this. Notice we're going to call our apply templates and say when you select, go down, when you get to name, go apply that one. Okay, and then to make this faster and easier, I'll just copy this, and we'll do the same thing for age. Then we will simply close our div tag, then close our XSL for each. Now notice what we're telling it. We're saying when you match the root, start writing your HTML. Then when you get to the body, we want to do a for each loop. And every time you find the new husband with a name sibling or a name child, then let's create a new div tag, which is going to create that area for our box. Then go down and do whatever I say in the name template match and then in the age template match. Then notice close the div tag, come up here for the for each, and loop through the process again. So now down here in our template matches, XSL template match, when we get to name, notice what we're going to do. We're going to open a div tag for name, set the style equal to, notice font and family, times, we'll set the font size equal to 16. We'll close that. Whoop, got to close my quotes. Then we will put our, let me put it inside here so you can see it, XSL value of select equal, and we'll take wherever we are right at that point. We'll be on name. We'll close that. Close our div tag. Then close our XSL template. Now, I hope all that makes sense to you. I'll go back and review it in just a second. Now, we need to do the same thing for age. So what I'm going to do is copy this template down to here and change the name to age, and I'll change the size on this to 12, and we should be okay there. So now here's what's going to happen. For every time we find a husband name, we're going to set a new box, then we're going to jump down and look at name and apply that stuff, and we're going to set the text size and stuff down here. Then we'll jump down and do age, do the same thing there. Then go through our for each loop again, and next time we see a new husband, we'll create a new box and so forth. So now I will save this as people.xsl, then go open my XML document, and I have missed something. So let's go back and troubleshoot now. Okay, and on looking at this, I see 2 or 3 things, and I'm leaving these things into the video. Believe me, it's kind of intimidating. I'd like to pull them out. But I want you to see real world some of the things you have to look at. Notice right here, I've got husband name here. And actually, I want to be looking at people husband. And I don't know what happened to my brain there, but I want to be looking at the people husband match for each one of those. Then, for whatever reason here, notice I forgot to put my namespace prefix on these, which caused it to just break. Since it didn't notice the namespaces, it just didn't apply anything, and it will do that weird sometimes. And also right here, notice I don't have my XSL name file spelled right that links it to the proper XSL statement. So I'll save that, and I'll save that, and we'll try it again. Now notice what we're getting. We're getting the same type formatting. Now, I wanted you to see the errors that I made there because it's very easy. And you'll also notice, for example, let me pull one of these back out. If I mess this up, that's a Tennessee technical term, by the way. Notice it gets confused and it just takes that particular one out. And it just says, well, I don't see it. But notice it didn't report an error to me. Some of the other parsers might do it, but depending on what environment you're in, they may not. Now, obviously what I've done is I've combined XSLT along with this div tag stuff, which is just basic HTML. Now, this will give you an idea, hopefully, and crank up some ideas what you can do to cause things to happen with your own data. This is somewhat an advanced example for this class, but I wanted you to see it. Type it in yourself and play with it and see what you can make it do.